What was your first day like in the oil field? I can tell you mine. After 24 years working in oil and gas, 15 of that internationally, I got a lot of different stories, but sometimes I'm surprised I made it past my first day. I was an aircraft mechanic that got laid off after 9/11, and I had sought work in the oil field because there was good money there. But I remember my first day trying to get to the rig. I had no idea what I was looking for. Tool pusher was giving me directions in miles when in Canada everything is kilometers. So my odometer was not giving me any assistance in, trying to find the rig access. And I remember driving at like 4 in the morning past this plowed road in the snow going into a field in the a farmer's field. And there was like a tower of lights in the distance. And I thought, it can't be it. I must be wrong. And turning around, driving 20 minutes back to a gas station in the days when there was no cell phones and calling the tool pusher, hey, I'm lost and I couldn't find it. Needless to say, by the time I actually got to the rig, I was like 2 hours late. I showed up in my white aircraft mechanic coveralls, and I had indoor work boots on. I had basic work gloves with no insulation and a construction hard hat. So, yeah, it looked a little green, a little ridiculous. Now, I was a lease hand, so it's scrub brushes, bucket of soap, scrub, wash gun, clean all day. And it was still really hard. It was like 20 below and cold. And I remember around 2 o'clock. So I had worked for 8 hours at this point, maybe a little less because I arrived late. And finally, I hadn't brought food and I hadn't brought water. So I was looking at that water tank pretty desperately, ready to have a drink out of it because I didn't have anything. And I had assumed that, like in aviation, a food truck's going to come by the hangar, right? A food truck's going to come by the rig. You can buy some lunch off of it, but no, it's bring your food with you, bring your water with you. And yeah, it was a rough day. Then I finished that day and we went to the nearest town. I can't remember which town it was. Some little tiny town in the middle of the prairie, probably like a population of 200. You have the local bar with a hotel room above it, and paid like $20 a night for this hotel room. It was dodgy. The sheets weren't even clean, and the meal was at the local bar, and it was terrible. Yeah, that was my first day, and I was seriously second guessing my choices to work in the oil industry. But yeah, what's your first day in the oil field? What was that like for you? I'd be curious to know. Love to hear the stories.